Yeah, it's a fun game. I've done quite a bit so far, so if you don't want any spoilers, maybe go away. But, you know, I encourage you to hang out because it's a fun game. And if you don't plan on playing it, we can like work on puzzles together. If you have played it, don't tell me the answer. All right. Good night. Happy bedtime. We should be up. Yep. Okay, so I'm in the Tetris area. I have solved these, don't worry. I have done these. So the things that I have to solve are that. And I had just finished solving both of the blue areas. And I couldn't tell what they did. Like, I solved both of these. And they seem to have resulted in exactly nothing occurring, which was weird to me. So there's that one, and then there is the I'm going to run all the way around because it's faster than waiting for the stupid cart / solving the puzzle. Actually, give me a second. I want to remove the OBS from my other screen. Although we have been streaming for a bit, so I fully expect OBS to crash any second now, because normally every about 2 hours it crashes on me. So if I stop streaming all of a sudden, it's probably that, and I will be right back. Oh yeah, so we've done like 5 lasers. So we've done the place where everything is symmetrical. We've done the shadow forest thing, where everything was shadows. We've done the maze. We've done the desert. Maze, desert, shadow forest, symmetrical, and we did something else. Oh, the greenhouse, the like colored squares. Right. So I did, and then there was this other blue area that I also solved recently. And this seemed to do nothing either. Like, I heard sounds outside after I solved them, but it didn't seem to actually activate anything, which was... Oops. Well, I didn't mean to do that. It didn't seem to actually activate anything, which was a little bit strange. Can I go down there now? Looks like that has drained. Can I get over there, though? Oh, I haven't done these. What? Did I just not notice that I didn't do these? Okay, I guess I haven't done these. Alright, well, here we go. This should work like that. This one should also... No, that's not going to work. Because if I do this... No, that works. I don't know why that works. Because these anti-squares are canceling out the 2 squares here, right? So for those of you who haven't done this puzzle or this game, trying to solve little puzzles, and these things are Tetris pieces, and you basically have to enclose their shape with a line. So if you can imagine this piece, and then if I drew a shape like this, right? I've put that piece in an enclosure that's exactly shaped like that piece. And you can do stuff like combine them. So, you know, if I had these and then a 1 dot, I could, in the same area, I could combine them as long as they fit together. And then the little blue ones are negative squares or anti-squares, whatever you want to call them. So they cancel out squares. So as far as I can tell, basically any solution would work for this. Any solution that contained both of these 2 squares would work for this. Because it's saying if these 2 areas are enclosed, the inner area has to just have nothing in it. But if I split them, right, it's not going to work anymore. But like quite literally any solution works here. And this one could be similar. So if I this one, I'm doing this and making no squares. right? But I could do something like, if I did this, it doesn't work now because I need to have a space that's 1 big. Okay, so now we gotta get my brain warmed up on these things. Gosh, one problem that I always have. So there's a couple things. Fine. One, you can separate the areas, right? They don't all have to be in one area. You know, I could do something like this. The second area doesn't work, obviously, but you get my drift. In that, I could make the individual shapes. Now, this isn't going to work. Because I need to take away 2 squares with this thing, right? Or would this work? That would work, but it doesn't like that 1 square for some reason. Are these not negative squares? Well, they are negative squares, but do they not work the way I think they do? And the other thing is that often when I see them in order like this, I'm like, I always try to put this one below this one, because this one is lower, but that's not how it works. I could neg this one and put it down here. No, but I did leave it alone, and it got mad at me, right? It's not negating anything. Oops, not like that. It's not there. Like, it's not negating anything. This doesn't work, though, obviously. It, like, it has to negate something. So, we can, like, stack them, right? So if I put these 4, and I put this on top of it, we can get this shape, but then we don't have a way of enclosing this. So we could do them on this side. Or in the middle, maybe. We could also just attempt to... But like something like this isn't going to work. Just going up and getting that. I don't really understand how the negative squares work, I guess. Because I've always been treating them as just being able to cancel one of the squares that's in there. So like, for example, if this 1 square was here, I could draw this. And it just, because I'm canceling one of the squares, like it's a freebie, just cancel one of the squares. But what about like, so these empty squares, right? So does it cancel a gray square? Like, because normally if I drew something like this, right, this is 1 square too big for that L shape on the left. But if I had I've always been treating the blue squares as canceling the tetra shapes, but can they cancel the actual squares in there? Like, would it make this a shape that works if that like one on the bottom was just a single blue, for example? Right? So if I did this, is this right? Because it's canceling a gray and a bottom one? It is not. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. So we need to reach these. So if I canceled this, I would be left with a 1 square, but that doesn't work. Right? So doing this is not going to be happy. Doing this isn't going to be happy, even if I'm not. So, because I would need to... How do I make like something that's 1 square big that also grabs that? And the answer is I don't. But how do I make this? For the most part, I'm speaking rhetorically. If you have played the game before, like I'm just trying to, I'm explaining out loud to myself how I think it's working. 1, because it helps me, and 2, because I think it is at least interesting for the people watching. If you have not played the game and do not know the answer, feel free to suggest things and we can play collaboratively like we were sitting on the couch together trying to solve the puzzle. If you actually know the answer, do not tell me what the answer is, because you've played it before. If you think you've figured out the answer in the process of us talking through it, that's fine. But if you just straight up know the answer from having played it before, don't tell me. You're welcome to give hints like T-Self did, like when he was confirming or denying that things I thought were correct were correct. So the way that I've always approached these sort of in the past is I'm like imagining connecting them and seeing what happens. We have to find ways to be able to reach all of the squares though, right? So if like the minimum number of squares that I could contain both of these shapes in is something like this, right? I mean, not quite. It could be like this, right? If I want to get both of them in, it has to be at least 3 tall and 3 wide. So I would need to make a shape that is 3 tall and 3 wide to reach both of them, but also have these removals in it. Like that, the fact that these have to remove something seems super weird to me. Wait, no, is it teaching me? It's trying to show the same mechanic as this, right? Where like, if I just cancel out the whole shape, it's fine, right? So if I do that, it's canceling out literally the whole shape. And then I can probably do something up here, right? Like, if the bottom ones are happy here, then am I okay? Yeah, because it's canceling out literally the whole shape, and it doesn't matter what shape the rest of the region is. So this is fine. Or like, it might be better to go around this way to try and encapsulate the other areas better. So now I need to make like a... but now I can't capture... and now I don't have... no, so I need to do it this way. Right? I need to cancel out the shape in this direction, because I can't get this one and this one in the way that I want. Yeah, see, it doesn't like that. Because because I need this to be shaped like this now, while capturing this square, but I can't get there. If this was like moved over one square, I could just make this shape and then grab the rest of them and completely cancel this square. So I feel like this is the right track, in that I'm like completely removing this shape and then doing something else. But this something else isn't going to work with the way these squares are positioned. Because there isn't a way, as far as I can see, to completely cancel this shape, then also capture... because this is, like, just by definition, this is I need 3 squares to capture both of these. So I cannot capture this square in with anything else. And we already know that I can't completely cancel things out and then make a square, because that doesn't make this happy, because it has to cancel something. So is the answer not to completely cancel this one? Because I can make this shape up here, but now I can't finish it, I guess. So I can because I can completely cancel this shape. See, I do that every time. Like, I come up with an idea and I like work too hard on one side and then realize it's the exact answer if I just switched it to the other piece that I was working on. Like, almost every one of these Tetris puzzles I've solved like that. Where I focus on one side and then eventually just switch it and get it. These Tetris pieces are not easy. Like, 2 streams ago, I started this Tetris area with the intent of trying to finish it. Normally I've been like sort of getting a laser per session. I've done like 3 hours on this Tetris area, because these, like, I'm having such a hard time actually mentally doing them, which is quite a thing. I'll have to get out my spreadsheet in a minute, because I've been like using Google Sheets with colors to like fill in squares. So I can completely cancel a square, and they have to cancel a thing. So I can't combine these two pieces, right? Because there is no way to overlay that top right piece on the bottom left piece while it's actually canceling the whole thing. So, and I can't just do this to cancel that, because now the remaining pieces are too much. Right, so if I can't just draw the shape, because now I have 3 extra pieces to cancel. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3. I have to cancel everything. So, I see. That's why the That's why there's breaks there, because if there weren't breaks there, you could just do this and solve the whole puzzle, because there are enough squares that you have to be able to cancel everything. So what I need to do is now capture... I need to capture one of the squares. Hey, Kawagiri. Good, how are you? Just played a Blood Bowl game that was really frustrating. Like 70 blocks on Norse, and we got 0 Kaz as dwarves. So I need to use one of the 2s and one of the 1s to capture... to cancel this guy, and then I need to use this and one of the 1s to cancel the other one. So what if I did like this way first? And like went... and I need to like completely split them? No, right? I didn't fit them in the right way. Because I need to... no, I need to use the 2 and one of the 1s. I just explained what my thought process was and then didn't actually implement it. There we go. You see that? I literally explained exactly what my thought process was and then just drew the wrong shape. Oh, that opened a door. Yeah, well, there was like 1 KO, so, you know, that was a thing. This looks like the way I'm supposed to go, and there was another big puzzle the other way that I'm... Oh, hello. Can I draw that from here? I can. Where? I can't see the end, though. Can I... That looks like 2 squares that I need to cancel. That's gonna be annoying. Yeah, exactly. Because I was explaining and then got distracted and then didn't answer the question. Yeah, it's going to be easier to do this from up here, I think. Although I still have that one puzzle over here that looked fun that I kind of want to try too. Okay, so the ones that are on an angle means that I can rotate them, but they're not chiral. Like, you can't flip them. This one doesn't matter because it's just 2 squares, right? So I can draw 2 squares like this, or I can draw 2 squares like this. Either way is fine. But if it was like one of those shapes that was like this, I couldn't draw the inverse of it. They're not chiral, so they're not flippable, but they are rotatable. So the thing, it's draw the whole shape, but I cut out 2 squares in any orientation. So if I just do that, it's... Oh, I have to contain both of them. Duh. So, yeah. Ah! I was not expecting that. Undo. Oh, okay, well, two squares in any orientation means that there's probably a whole bunch of different ways to solve this, right? In which case, there's probably... It's like one of the ones over here where you could, like, rotate it. Like, you change the direction that you're capturing the bridge in to make the bridge move in a different direction or whatever. So if I, like, remove those 2... And it lowers those. So this is a grid, and it's lowering the 2 that I select. Okay. So which ones do I need to lower? I mean, I guess technically I need to lower these ones while I'm standing on them, but that doesn't seem to be helpful. Is there a way to view what is down there from up here? No. So how do I solve that puzzle from here? If I lower this one, I can walk along that edge. There's cages in the way, which is non-helpful. If I lower these... No, because they're not there. That doesn't work. I was thinking if I lowered like these 2, I could walk around, but it doesn't look like I can, because these are all blocked. So what does lowering those squares actually do? I wish I could jump. I feel like that's the way I need to go here, right? Is there something I'm missing? We'll look around. Look up, around, down, etc. See if we see anything useful. Does not look like it. Oh, I could lower this one and that one from this square, right? No, I can't lower this one because this is, if I don't include this square, then I'm not drawing the shape. Right? Like, that just won't solve it. And if I, like, don't include these two squares somehow, it's not drawing the shape anymore. Okay, good night, Dave. Because I was thinking about, like, not including these two squares. And by those two squares, I mean these bottom two. But that's not drawable because the way the shape is. Or no, I want the top two squares excluded. So, like, I want to do this, but that doesn't work. So are there some two combinations of squares that I can use that is not that one? No, but I have to lower that. You can't, I need to lower this square, but you can't lower that square. That square is not possible to lower. Because this, like this, of all, there's only two squares that you can't lower on this, and it's these two. And they have to be adjacent, either left, right, or up, down. And if I solve it a different way, it like brings the other ones up, right? Yeah. Well, let's go down there and look. Maybe that'll teach us something. Oops. No, we can't get in. Oh, I guess I can lower the squares, or like, now if I lower... So now if I lower these two squares while I'm down here, I can move myself around. Like, how exciting, I guess. But now I can't... Because I can't lower that square. Oh, I could go... No, but there's no way to lower the one square that I need. Like, that one square is not lowerable. Am I crazy? You just can't lower that square. Or am I, like, misreading the grid? Oh no, I can't lower this square. That one is the exit one. So I guess I can go down the middle. Right? So if I now exclude these ones, I can go here. And now I need to exclude these ones. But now I can't see the puzzle anymore. Oh, there's another one. And it's mirrored! So I can get rid of this piece now. So that is the top left. So I need to exclude these two squares. Fuck. I thought I was so clever. So it's still oriented the other way. It's still oriented this way, I think. Yeah, you know, I felt so smart. So this is the, what, the back right square? God. So this is the square under this. So I need to exclude this square and this square. There we go. Did it! Take that. Puzzle. Laser! I spent so long doing the stupid Tetris area, and I finally get it within like 5 minutes of starting it today. We were so close yesterday. But I had to play Blood Bowl. Yeah, I stopped because I had my Rebel game. I had to finish. I had to stop streaming because of that. So I guess that other puzzle in here is optional, but I really want to go solve it. Fire! Okay. So I never need to go back there again. So just cut out any two pieces, it doesn't matter. But I can get out of here. I did do the boat. I'm gonna run around. I did do the boat, and I did see the environment puzzle that comes out of the mountain as you drive around in the boat from the tube that's up there. It's like a yellow pipe. That was fun to figure out. Okay. There's another one over here, and it has no negatives and a whole lot of shapes. So I imagine it is just going to be like a giant fuck off thing that I need to try and... Oh, I did that one, right. Oh, that doesn't take me anywhere. It's the other way. This is just going to be this giant fuck off shape that we're going to have to figure out a way to put in that is also drawable. Where was it? Over here somewhere, right? Oh no, it was on the purple side. That's where it was. So I need to rotate this. I found the boat, which has like a map on it, which is cool because it shows me the few areas that I haven't done yet. So there's like an island right there, and then there's one up there I haven't done, and then there was one way back at near the start that I haven't done yet either. I think there's 3 more to go. But obviously there's like a million environmental puzzles, and presumably this is going to lead me to some big ultimate final puzzle or some shit, because that's how these games tend to work. Okay, because there was... I am aware that these are puzzles. I did solve those. You just have to get the color to line up right. Right? I want to do this thing. And if you'll bear with me for a minute, I'm going to be super boring for a second and open like a Google Sheet where we just draw out what all the pieces are so that I can... Actually, I should take a picture of it because that's going to be easier, because I have this in windowed mode, so every time, or it's in full screen, so every time I tab out it minimizes, which is annoying. But what I want to do is just take a picture of this and then fill out a Google Sheet basically with the correct shapes, and then fuck about trying to fit them in a square, which will be entertaining. That's 6, so I'm going to need to make this bigger so that they're, you know, roughly squares. I know these aren't actually squares. I know I'm also not showing it. I'll show it in a second. I want to get the shapes in there first. Because this is actually going to be like real Tetris, basically, where you're just trying to make the maximum, like fill up the maximum number of or be maximally efficient, if you know what I mean. With the space available. So there's a 3. We're gonna have to use a lot of colors. 3x1. There is a 4. There is one of the Z shapes. Use the tetromino names. Did you know that the Tetris pieces were called tetrominos? Is there shapes made of 4 squares? Then there's a line. Then there's a right-shaped L thing. To make that in a different color. Apologize if anybody here is colorblind, because these are all going to be very similar. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm missing 2. So I need the left-shaped Z. I'm not looking at chat right now either, like, so I'm not able to respond for a second because I'm trying to fill in all these squares that I can see. And then we need the T shape. I'm going to overlap these pieces, and by overlap I mean make them touch, which I wasn't doing before. But I need to do that so that they fit. Okay, so I'm bringing them up. And then I will switch to my right there. So I've drawn the shapes in here. And it's a 6x6, so this is the actual grid if I put outside borders on there. I want them to be thicker though. Make them thick. Where's the like thickness? There we go. Make them thick. Okay, so now because we can't like stack these on top of each other too like inefficiently, or they're not going to be able to fit. Hello, sorry about that. I don't know what it is. Like literally every 2 hours my OBS just crashes, and I don't know what it is. No idea. I'm not recording or anything, so it's not like I'm running at a disk space. It just crashes. Okay, so we can't make shapes wider than 6 or taller than 6. We just need to all fit them in a space. So, I mean, the obvious first start is to take this shape. Right, so if I go like this, so if I go like this, the hotkey for paste format only, Control-Alt-V. Let me take this, go. Then can I fit anything in here? Yeah, we can take this guy. Now the problem is we might have to leave. Do we just have to leave this spot empty? I mean, so wait, where I should probably mark the start and finish. Oh, that's too, yeah, you're right, that is too long. There, that makes more sense, because now I can go like this. I'm putting a lot of effort into laying this out correctly without remembering where the start and end points of the puzzle are. So I should probably do that. So it starts in the bottom left and ends in the top right. So in order to make the shape drawable, this is like wonderfully riveting stream content, isn't it? Like I'm literally streaming a Google Sheet where I'm putting different colors in a cell. People would think I'm crazy. So it has to be a shape that is drawable this way. So then we can go like this. And then if we go like so, this is still drawable. Oh, I ruined my format for the letter. Still drawable. We only need to fit these 2 squares in. So I could go like... I can't leave that spot blank though. Far blue far left with lime stacked and red on the right. The red won't fit in. Oh, do you mean the... Okay, so I could take the... Because I still have to fit in red, and I can't fit red in here now. Well, I can if I go like this, right? But now I can't put the yellow in here because that leaves a square that is no longer drawable. Oh, that should be drawable, right? Because now I can go like this. Oh no, I can't draw there. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I could just put it up here. Because they don't have to fit in the least amount of space possible. Right, so now this should be drawable. I think there's just a lot of different ways to solve this. Okay, so let's see if that works. I'm gonna move this to the other screen, so I don't have the witness up as the main screen right now. So you won't have my camera, but I'm just gonna try to draw what we just... Oh, see, that's why that doesn't work. I forgot to point out where the shapes were. So we need to make sure that we include the shapes. So give me a second. So let's get the shapes in there. I'm gonna have to. I'll bring up my phone picture again so that I can put X's or something in the squares that have shapes. Oops. So there's one there. I'll make this fonts bigger. Don't worry. It's 1, 2. So there's one here. One here. That's the part I sort of forgot to consider, is that we need to have these need to have shapes in them. One, two, three, four. Yeah, so those are all the shapes. So if I take, let's bring the font size up so that we can see what I'm talking about here. Alright, so this doesn't work. If I take this one and shift it up, is it solvable? No, because then I can't, right? So if I take this, right now, but now I can't draw it. No, that's not drawable. So I feel like we need to start over somehow. What if I removed these guys? Oops. Now it's taking away my borders. Wine. There's one there. I was thinking I take this one and put it back down, and then I put that on top, but now I can't reach this one. Could leave one open on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna remove all the fill. What if I went like, because we could leave that square empty and that's fine. Right? Because now this is drawable still. We could take the red one now and put it here. So we could take the yellow one and put it on here. So now I have the purple and the green and the blue left. But then this becomes not drawable. But then my thought was I take the purple one and put it up here and that captures all of them, but this is no longer a drawable shape. This was going to be so easy until I realized that I had to capture all the X's in there. God, what a wonderfully exciting dream this is. I'm gonna start like this now. Could take the yellow one like this. Keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. And this is still drawable, so we could then like green here. Oops. Add the yellow one in this corner. And this is, as long as I can connect these, this is still fine. The red one. No, now I can't fit in the blue one though. I take the green one and then put the blue one in here. But if I put the blue one in here, I have a square that I can't fill in anymore. I could take the blue one and put it like this. And then we'll get rid of these. Because then this one could go... Well, I guess we could take this. This is still all fine. We gotta capture this though. The red makes it no longer drawable though. And this is way more complicated than I expected it than I expected it to be. Take this green one, put it here. But then how do I capture this? I could put the blue one over here. And then I'm only going to need 2 up this way. But I have no way to get that. With the green one like that. Boy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 squares, and it is a 6x6, which is 36, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4 is 28. So we can have 8. We can afford to have 8 empty squares. Oops. We can afford to have 8 empty squares total. Basically. Is there a tetromino missing? Or is this all of them? Tetronymo. Because if there's one missing, then that would be the obvious like shape that we need to draw out. No, it is not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there is only 7 tetronymos. So, we're allowed to have 8 empty squares, basically. But that is not helpful. Very much. I feel like what I should be doing is leaving like these squares empty if possible, because they like these don't do anything. If I can like build up without having to cross those, right? Like so, if I don't think like I don't know if that's actually gonna like help me. But like bear with me for a minute. Because I want to stack them in ways that, like, we're leaving corners and stuff empty or, like, edges so that it's easy to go around. While also, capturing all those X's. Not very confident because I just recounted it and that's not true. Oops! Well, that's a good answer. That probably would help. So that means these are all shifted over one. Right? Actually, I'm gonna have to redraw this because I'm gonna lose my mind if I try to shift them all over one. That would probably help. So this is still the start. This is still the end. And then I have a picture on my phone, so I don't have to tab back in and out, which is what I'm doing here. There is one just to the right of start. There is one with there's one 2 spaces above the start square. There's one just to the above that, and there's one at the top. Then there's one 2 down from the end square, and then one to the left of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one more X that I'm missing, and it's along the bottom. It is here, I think. Yes, okay, there we go. Well, that should make this quite a bit different. No, I think that's fair. I think that is. I only assumed it was 6 by 6 because I literally I counted how many it was long and then just assumed it was square because I'm an idiot. Okay, so we can still kind of ignore these side squares. Okay. And then if I take like yellow, because this is still all drawable, right? Like this. I do have to put the blue one here now, or here, or here. I could put the blue one here, and that covers that. Then how do I reach this square? How do I do these? Because if I take either one of these, like if I take this left turning piece and put it like this, it becomes not drawable anymore, right? I think. Am I crazy? So I think I have to put the blue one like this. And then I can take this green one and put it like that. I could take the red one and put it like that, maybe? Okay, so let's just stop being theoretical and actually put them in and see what happens. Because I can't think that far ahead. The big problem now is, so 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but then we can't fit in this guy. So if I fit in that guy here, I also need to make sure I touch the end square. And I still have the T. So this is only 4, and I still need to fit in 7 or 3 pieces. So that's not ideal. So if I put this red one here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 11 empty squares left. Oh, right, I need to redo my math. It's not 8 that I'm left with, because it's not 6 by 6. It's 6 by 5. Or, sorry, it's 6 by 5. 30 squares, and there's 24 Tetris pieces, so that leaves us 6 to work with, right? Did I count that right? I feel like I just did something really wrong. Maybe I did it wrong the first time? Yeah, 28 is 7 times 4. And these are all 4 squares big. Right? So there's 28 squares that are required, and there's 38 squares. Oh, it's 2. I can't do subtraction. I can do the multiplication fine, but I can't do the subtraction. There are 7. So we need to be way more efficient with filling in these squares. So I feel like I should go back to my original sort of plan, which was like actually actively trying to be as efficient as possible on the bottom. And then I could do like the purple one. No, I'd have to do the green one here. And we can do like the blue. Then the blue one is going to have to go in one of these spots. We take the red one. We could take the red one, I said. Four. No, but I can't fit in the blue one now anymore. So I have to can't do the red one there. So if I'm gonna do this, the blue one has to go like this. And now I can't do this anymore with any of my reasonable pieces. So that is not a solution. I could put the blue one. So I could take if I take the orange one, just move it over one. Take the purple one, or sorry, the green one again. And fit that in. And then we do the blue one there. I can't leave that square unfilled though. I can't move this one over one because then I lose the actually capturing the piece. So if I put the blue one there, and then I can't like put the yellow one here because then I have this square which won't be drawable. I can't move this one over more. I'm starting with the. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, which means I need to start with one of the flat pieces. Okay, so what I can do is move this over one more. And then we can take the purple one. Put it like this. Stop! It's not copying. So that's being relatively efficient with space. And now we can put the blue one in either spot. So we could like take the red one, blue one. So let's just put stuff in. And if we can make it like reasonably far, we can always adjust from there, I think. So what do I have left now? I have the green one and the yellow one, which is doable, right? Like that? Because we can just cut off this top corner and then this bottom corner. Okay, let's try this. Let me put the regular screen back up so we can stop staring at the last like 20 minutes of Google Sheet. Because that's like a wonderfully exciting puzzle. And then allow me to bring that up on the other screen so I can remember what I was doing. So is this really a solution? Yay, we did it! What did that do? Nothing. Was that just one of the optional puzzles? It probably was, because it's off in a corner. So that was probably just an optional one. But I really wanted to do it because it looked fun. Let me bring up my stream chat. Okay, so we need to go to a new area, I guess. Now that I know how to do the Tetris pieces, I could go back to the town, because that's where I stopped in the town, is when I ran into a Tetris piece. I could go back to the hedge maze, because there's the other side of the hedge maze that needed a Tetris pieces that I didn't do because I didn't know how to do them. Or I could just go somewhere new. And we have a boat now. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my other monitor. There we go. We have a boat now. Okay, so I haven't done this area because I don't know that symbol. I have done this. Those are the different color squares, so I have done that. I've done this, the apples, and I've done this, but I don't think I've done this one. I don't recognize that, whatever that is. That's like the starting area. These are like the black and white squares and the hexagons that I've done. That's symmetry that I've done. Symmetry that I've done. The desert that I've done. So there's this. This looks like the hedge maze, and I don't know what this is. So there's like this area that I haven't done. There's this area that I haven't done, and there's this area that I haven't done. Yeah, I'm so happy with the boat map. Why can I take this as a path? Like, I bet you anything that there's like some sort of environmental puzzle by going out this way, because otherwise why would you not just go this way? There's also this path, like, because when I first got the boat, I wanted to see what it was, so I took the path here, and there's an environmental puzzle on the side of the mountain coming from that tube right there that you can follow. So there's probably some of those depending on what path you take. I'm a little bit less worried about environmental puzzles and a little more worried about actually just solving the lasers right now. So I think I'm gonna go here and see what we get. I'll pay attention, but I just want to try to get puzzles done in like main areas. Yeah, we know about environmental puzzles. I've done like 3 or 4 of them. Or no, I did 3 in the Tetris area, 1 in this mountain. I've probably done 5 or 6. There's probably hundreds, but I've done 5 or 6. I know that they exist. Basically, whenever I see anything vaguely circle-shaped, I click on it and see what happens. Ding, ding, ding. I did a couple in the Tetris area. There's one on the side of the mountain. I did one in the town, like looking down from the roof. Presumably the ones in the Tetris area where you have to like adjust your angle so that the color looks right. Like this could be a thing. Look, there's a line there. Is that a puzzle? Doesn't look like it. I mean, it's like a sun. Unless it looks different than that. I'm sure some people have called it like the butthole or something. It looks like a sun to me. Treehouse. So there's obviously a symbol up there. I like to explore sideways first, though, to make sure that I'm not missing anything weird. Lady in the mountain. Anything this way? There's a shipwreck there. I walked around the shipwreck, but I didn't actually see anything on it. So, I mean, it's obviously there for a reason, because literally everything in this... Oh, hey, a recorder. Do I want to click on it? No. The last one took 30 years to finish talking, and they're mostly just sort of like pretentious quotes. I will click on it, because of course I will. Everything in this game is here for a reason. I walked around on the boat and didn't see anything, so maybe I just didn't go to the right area or something, but there's got to be something there. There's no reason it would be here otherwise.
God bade me behold the sea, and I saw the ships sinking and the planks floating. Then the planks, too, were submerged.
Game.
God said to me, those who voyage are not saved.
Well, there's 2 options. Either we do it like this, or we do it like this. So do we have to keep the stars together because of the same symbol, or do we have to separate them? We don't separate them.
And he said to me,
we have to keep them in the same
those
area.
Who voyage and
So if I did this, is that also good?
Perish.
Yes.
And he said to me, in taking the risk, there is a part of salvation. And the wave came and lifted those beneath it and overran the shore.
Okay.
And he said to me, the surface of the sea is a gleam that cannot be reached, and the bottom is a darkness impenetrable. And between the 2 are great fishes, which are to be feared. Nefari, circa 970.
I'm not entirely sure how this puzzle works, but okay, there we go. There's the first one where it's different. There was one over in the Tetris area. Or no, it was up on the mountain, and like I clicked on it and then went down to the Tetris area and was like solving puzzles, but he talked for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. It was like up here somewhere. And I wandered down into the Tetris area, and it was I don't even remember who it was by because I kind of tuned it out. It was a bit like you were talking about being in space, I think. Sort of tuned it out. Well, my thought up to this point was like they're the same color, same shape, keep them in the same area. But clearly that doesn't work because this doesn't work as an answer and this doesn't work as an answer. So I guess I had the wrong idea. Oh, 30 minutes long. I knew it was long. It kept going. It drove me nuts. Well, I was trying to solve the Tetris puzzles and think, and the Tetris puzzles are really hard. So we clearly don't have the right idea. I still don't understand what the puzzle is. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Not a sweet clue. Does it like they have to be an even number in each area maybe? Like I was originally trying to keep them all in the same area. Well, I was originally trying to keep them all in the same area, but keeping them all in the same area didn't work for this one. Are they the same? They look the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're both 8-pointed stars. This isn't keeping them in the same area. It's like, so these ones would lead me to believe that like it's got to be completely filled, but these ones aren't completely filled. Just going back and looking at what the solutions were before, trying to get an answer of what they could possibly be. Like I've solved a bunch of these and I still don't actually understand what I'm doing. Well, if we look at this backwards, there's only one way to get to the end, and it's up there. Right? This is the only physical path to the end, is this. There's no other way to get there. Because of all the breaks. You could, like, adjust the method in which you get there by. Yep, there it is. Okay. No, not even touching that one. Okay, so they're wrong. Why are they wrong? But these ones are right. It's in an area with another sun, I guess. Like, each of these are in an area with one other sun. Is it exactly one other sun? So originally I was trying to keep them together, but there were only 2 in the other ones. Where did that puzzle go? Yeah, there were only 2 up to this point. And when there started to be 4, I had to have exactly 2 in each area. So is it I have to have exactly 2 suns in each area? Well, now there are 3. Exactly 2 in each area seems to be solving the problem for me so far. Oh, but now there's... Oh, they're not an even number. I was going to say, now there's an even number, but there are not. This feels so much easier than the Tetris one, but maybe just because I figured out how it worked early. And T-Self can attest, literally every time I've said that, immediately the next puzzle is harder. Right? I was like, I'm getting the hang of this. I think I understand that. And then immediately the next one, I just start getting it wrong. Every single time. So there's one here. I just want to explore before I commit to whichever puzzle I'm trying. Because there's a treehouse up here. Oh, this does something, I assume. That opened a door. Oh, it's timed. Oh god, that's gonna be so annoying. Okay. You know, you'd think I'd have learned that by now, but I very clearly have not. So that's a timed door. Alrighty. This way, this place looks a lot bigger than I expected. And then over here, what do we have? Another like bridgey thing. Another bridgey thing. Can I reach that? Ah, there's two colors. Fun. And there's this one, and there's this one. Let's do this one. Uh-oh. Right, that's not gonna work. So it's gotta be two of the same in each area. Oh, okay. So there can be exactly two of any color in a given area. So if I do this, it works. Oops. Oh, this one has multiple endings. I don't like that. I have not actually played Myst, but I probably should. I don't know why I decided to do this one. There are many options, and this is one that I've just elected to go for. Okay. But there's also other solutions here, are there not? When there's multiple solutions, a lot of the time there's another way to get out. But I don't know if there's a way to do... Oh, fuck. Okay, well that's what that means. I don't like this. So I could rotate, but then these ones have to be straight. So I think this is how I get... Well, let's just try going this way and see what happens. Exactly two in any given area. That doesn't work. How do I get these suns? Like, this isn't gonna work because those are ones. If I cut off like something like this, except like the other way, no. Like that, right? Oh, they're not in the same area now. God, I'm having a hard time like mentally imagining this. I should just check it before I do it. There we go. No, I've got a bunch of other games after this that I plan on doing. My initial sort of obsession with puzzle games started with Return of the Obra Dinn, which I played on stream forever ago. It's on my YouTube channel now, if you feel like looking at it. I think it's also highlighted on Twitch. It's also Steak Mittens there, where I played the entire game in one 12-hour sitting on stream, and it was incredible. I think it is one of the best games I have ever played. I loved it so much. And if anybody else wants to stream that, please stream it so I can watch it. I really, really want to watch other people play that game. So then I searched like other games that were going to scratch that same sort of itch, and this was one of them that was suggested. I have a big list of other ones that I plan on doing, like after this one is done. I'm really tempted to like look for literally every environmental puzzle, but I'm also excited to move on to try other stuff too. So Her Story is one that gets recommended a lot that I want to check out. There is... I gotta find my list here. Give me a second. I'm just scrolling up. I need to look at my... I think that I put them all on my Steam wish list. Talos Principle is one of them. I own the Talos Principle, but it's on my Humble Bundle account, and I never actually redeemed it, which is annoying. Because the like two-factor authentication for my Humble Bundle account is actually on my old phone. So in order to get it, I'm gonna need to like dig out my old phone, like recharge it, put some sort of card in it or whatever so I can get two-factor, because I forgot to transfer that one when I got a new phone. Basically, the point is I have to go through a giant rigmarole to actually get access to it, and I have other things I can do instead of that in the meantime. But it is on the list. Tacoma, Her Story, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishments, weirdly enough, has been recommended to me as something similar, which is nice. What Remains of Edith Finch, Outer Wilds, are all things that are sort of on Silicon Dreams are all sort of things that are on my like interrogation, puzzle solving, induction, deduction kind of game list. Hey Zord, how's it going? Well, it's because I have it on Humble Bundle, not on Steam, is the problem. Like, I never redeemed the Steam key, so I'd have to go find all that stuff. Okay, now that I'm done ranting about my plans, I can go back into attempting to solve puzzles. So if I cut off exactly one of these... and that doesn't work. If I cut off exactly... that should do it, right? No, that's too many purple ones. I need to not cut off that one. Ooh, right. So it's going to be exactly 2 in every area. So like that would work. Why does that not work now? Oh, because I made... now there's 4 in that area. Durr. But I attempt to go the other way. So what if I go like this? Now there's exactly 2. But now there's still 4 there. Now there's still 4. So yeah, like I want to finish every puzzle in here, but I have this giant list of games that I want to get through. Because I feel like something that I am reasonably good at streaming. I like to think I am anyway, and people seem to like is when I stream these puzzle games. So I have a big list of puzzle games that I want to get through. And seriously, if anybody wants to play and or stream Return of the Obra Dinn, please tell me. I want to watch it so bad. It is one of the only games I have ever played where immediately after finishing it, I wished so hard, like I wanted nothing more in my life to be able to forget that I had played it and do it again without the knowledge of having played it once. Like, it's that good. I need to focus on what I'm doing here. I'm never going to solve this. So I can do... how do I can't cut these off now, though. What if I did this? No, see, now they're still not cut off. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. I need to get exactly to... I need to use less space. Still 4 there, though. Like that? No? Still 4, so I've got to... I'd have to go straight up at this point. So I need to get 2 of them cut off before I go straight up. That's not cutting them off. Suddenly, like this one felt... see, this is exactly what I'm saying. This one felt relatively easy, and then... oh no, there's more shapes? Are those Tetris shapes? Like, so I have to do this? Something like that? So the other way around? But that's not the right shape now. Am I being silly? I don't like the Tetris shapes. So how did I do this one? Like this. Now I need to, so now I can't cut that off. Can't cut that off either. Can't cut that off like that. I'm gonna go back to this one for now. I hate the Tetra shapes. Oh boy. So I just want to take inventory of what I was doing. So there's these ones which sometimes have the possibility of going left or right. Right now I'm just going forward to see where it takes me. But that is like a timed door over there. So potentially if I just went straight left from here, that could be the way to solve that one. If I like ran really fast from the, but I don't know if I'd have time because it's really far. Right, and is that the same door? It is that door, but that's really far to go. I do need both purple in the same part. And there's also this one. This one looks shorter. I want to do this one now. So this one, we have to collect all of the hexagons, but we also need to keep the stars in the same area. So, no. Gotta keep the stars together while collecting the hexagons. Oh, sure, that's fine. Solving the puzzles after a direction change doesn't punch you. Oh, that's good. Oh, I see. So like if you have like 2 sections, you can just rotate the sections after you extend them. Okay, that's good. Every time I see these, all I can think of is connected graphs and like Euler's walks and stuff, right? Like the 7 bridges of Königsberg. But then I'm too lazy to actually do the work, right? Because theoretically, what you need to think about how many ways you can enter and exit each square, right? Like this top one, there's only one way to exit it. If you enter it from one way, you have to exit the other way, right? And there's only one way. The only ways to get at it from this side necessitate cutting you off from the other way. So I'm required to have this as my last section or this as my last section. So you need to have something like, but now I can't take that one. But now these are cut off, right? This is a lot more complicated than I want it to be. Meaning I have to come up in this section. No. So I have to enter from here, which means I have to enter from this side. So like that. So that's what I mean, right? A lot of the times when you work backwards, you can eliminate a lot of the possibilities. This one I have to visit all 4 corners, right? But we have to keep the suns in the same area. So you can go like that. This one is the same, but now there are 4 suns, which is a little bit annoying. Oh no, I need exactly 2, not all 4. So then I can go like this? No. Almost the right idea. I feel like that's close to the right idea. Just rotate it a bit. There we go. One more of these and it looks like we've solved a section. So we have to have exactly 2 suns in an area. So like that, but that's not going to work, so we have to cut it off somehow. Right, so that doesn't work. We also have to draw a section around the start. So by necessity, we cut ourselves off from one of the at least two of the directions, or at least one of the directions I say. But and the fact that this is not symmetrical is certainly a clue. There we go. So this opens up our pathway over here, which seems to do something. Oh, it's the black. So we have to separate the black and white squares whilst keeping the sun in the same area. Because the black we've done black and white before. And it is, we have to keep the black in its own area and we have to keep the white in its own area. But like you can cut them off, right? Like they just can't be in the same area. So like I could do something like this and that would work. Like the black ones or the white ones don't have to, like theoretically this would also work for this puzzle. Right? Because they don't have to, they just have to be completely separate, the black and the white. So now the black and the white have to be completely separate, but I have to have exactly 2 stars on either side. Ooh, white stars. That's a new thing. Okay, so there's 2 mechanics at play here. We have learned before that the black and white squares have to be in their own sections. We've also learned that different colored squares have to be in their own sections, because we did the greenhouse area with like red and blue and like all that different stuff. They had to be in their own sections. We also have the stars that seem to show that the stars have to have exactly 2 in their own section. So there's 2 possibilities here. Either we have to separate the stars from the other things, which I don't think is right, or the color is literally just a red herring kind of thing, and it's telling us that the color of the stars doesn't really matter, and it's just utilizing the squares from before, right? So we have to do like something like this, except it would have to be like this. No, because now the orange one isn't in its own section. So we need to separate the black from the orange completely, whilst having 2 stars in each section, I think is the goal here. So, I mean, we could just try to cut off the orange squares, but now we, like, if we cut off the corner, that's not going to work. We can't divide it in half. So maybe we, like, cut off both of these bottom squares. Why did, oh, because there was a black and an orange one on the top, of course. That doesn't work. Because the orange and black are in the same area. So, if we think about this for a second, I guess, we need to, like, divide the playing field in half. Like that. So we're right. The colors of the stars don't really matter. Like the stars have to be exactly 2 stars in each section of the same color, and we have to separate all of the different colored squares from each other. This probably makes 0 sense to you, Herringzord, given that you haven't seen any of the previous sections of this puzzle. But sort of long and short is this is a big open world thing. There are a lot of different areas like this that are just filled with puzzles. When you finish an area, it shoots like a laser at this center area. The long and short of it, open world, you can kind of explore wherever you want, whatever pace you want. You can take a break and go look at different puzzles for a bit and come back and do something else. But it's just an island with you on it. It's very gorgeously animated, and there's just a boatload of puzzles. And I'm trying to solve the puzzles to activate all the lasers so I can go see what's at the top of the mountain. most of the puzzles, or if not all of the puzzles, all the ones I've seen so far anyway, are of this sort of like grid maze drawing sort of format, and you have to just sort of there's certain symbols and shapes and like secret things about the puzzles that all have meaning that you kind of have to figure out, and the game never really tells you anything, right? You came right as I started this area and saw what I was doing. We're like, you just have to, like, it just gives you super easy puzzles at the start, super easy that are sort of like you have to kind of work out the answer, right? Because like the first two puzzles will basically be like there's literally only one way you can draw a path through this puzzle. It's like one square big, so there's only one way to do it, and you have to try to sort of deduce what was correct about solving it that way, and they slowly ramp up until you, and then they eventually start mixing mechanics, right? So these like black and white squares was from a different area, these like different colored squares were from a different area, like, so the Tetris piece that I was talking about before is from a different area, so it's starting to like mix and match some of the mechanics in here. So my goal for this one is I need to have exactly 2 green stars in each area, whilst also separating the orange from the purple. Yeah, that's true. If you actually, like, the joy of this game is definitely learning how to solve the puzzles, like what the things mean. You missed spreadsheet stream for a bit. This was like, I'm gonna bring it up for a second just so you can see, Sword. But this was what I was streaming for like 30 minutes. Just so you're aware. I had I was streaming this spreadsheet for like 30 minutes because I was trying to fit the tetrominos in a certain pattern in the 5x6 grid, basically. So I was streaming that at the start of this for like 30 minutes, which was absolutely riveting, I can imagine, for most people. But I've learned that I really, really enjoy puzzle games, and I really, really enjoy streaming puzzle games, because it's like, it gives me a really good if you've ever watched me stream Blood Bowl, I really just like to banter about garbage and not actually talk about what's going on in the game, and this gives me a really great platform for that, because it's really easy to just talk about my thought process and like what I'm doing and why I'm thinking things certain ways, or if I want to, like now, I can just kind of take a break and chat with people for a minute, and like it feels very satisfying. So I'd really like to do more of these, which is why I've been streaming this quite a bit lately. Oakley dokley. So we got to get exactly 2 stars in every area, whilst separating the orange from the green. So that's going to be 4 stars in every area, which doesn't work. So that should do it. Yeah. Oh no, breaks! I hate when there's breaks, because the people who designed this game are very smart and always put the breaks in the exact spot that would make the puzzle trivial to solve if they weren't there. Right? Like, this is literally the exact same puzzle, but you'll note if I try to do the same solution, suddenly you can't do it anymore, because there's literally a break right in the middle of the way that I did my solution. Which is both clever and immensely frustrating. I need to cut those off. Now that's not cutting those stars. So I can go like this? No, why? Oh, because I'm not... Now I'm not cutting off the orange ones. The fact that I can make this a nice... what's the fact that this starts in the middle and not on a corner is something that I've never appreciated until literally right now, but it does mean that I can just cut off this in its own little nice chunk, which is not something that I've been able to do before, or have ever really cared about doing before. See, if that wasn't there, I could just do this. But now I can't separate those stars from each other. But now I can't. The one green one is out of the way. Yeah, exactly. You found the easy solution. There are harder ones, so we like blocked the easy solution. Exactly is what it is. I feel like I'm committing myself too hard to this like check this side only thing. Yeah, because now I'm not cutting off those stars, and now I'm not cutting, like, it's this middle section that is my problem. Because if I cut off this section by itself or this section by itself, I'm then left in a situation where I need this corner, right? This one green square in the middle, that being adjacent to these sides, makes cutting this off really frustrating. And I can't just cut the orange ones through the middle because those breaks are there. So what I really need to do is find a way to cut the orange ones from the green ones without like giving them their own separate area. The problem with this now, though, is that I don't have the stars separated. And now I'm doing the thing that I did before, where I cut off the orange ones in its own separate area. I feel like I'm on the right track, but now, like, this is a problem. Like, taking this corner right here is a problem, because now I can't cut off the green ones from the orange ones without getting myself stuck. I could attempt to divide the stars. Like, I could do something like this. But now the green, this green and this orange doesn't work. This feels so promising. I feel like I just had something and then I fucked it up and now I don't remember what I was doing. Because that doesn't work. And that doesn't work because I need to cut off these. So I go around. No, because now I'm not cutting off the stars. This cuts off the stars, but from the top ones, but not from the bottom ones. So I need to cut them off like this. Now I'm not cutting off the green square, and if I try to cut off the green square that way, I can't get to the end. And that doesn't work for the stars. I feel like I have something going on by like trying to cut off the stars in pairs like this. In slightly different pairs. Keeping the two purples by the break part of the same section. Seemed right. I know, something about my brain is just not letting me finish it correct. There's always one thing that's like just out of reach. Two. No, but now these ones aren't right. Now I'm not cutting off the green ones from the orange ones. Oh no, so close. If that stupid break wasn't there, this would work. Oh no, it wouldn't, because I have the one on the far left doesn't work there. Now this green one is in the way again. Now I'm just back to where I started, where I'm doing this. Doesn't work. Gah! I hate that I know I'm so close. Because I can't get it right now. No, that's 3 stars in one section. Is that it? 2 stars, 2 stars, 2 stars, orange. No, I'm missing the orange one on the right there. Oh no, I don't remember what I had drawn. No, now I don't have that orange cut off correctly. Now those oranges aren't cut off. Stop it! Nah! I feel like an idiot right now. Fuck. Yeah, that's true. I had it. I am getting distracted. Oh boy. I really feel like this sort of like cutting them off in pairs thing is the right idea. That's so close, but it's not. That right? 2 purple stars, only orange, 2 purple stars, only green, 2 purple stars. There we go. We did it. Got it eventually. I got there eventually. Oops. That one was much easier when it was it's this thing again. Here's a very easy solution. Okay, well you found the very easy solution, so we'll make the very easy solution impossible. Now find a different one, bitch. Like, that's exactly what this is. It's not that much harder, but it does make it much harder because it's not you can't solve one puzzle anymore, right? Or 2 separate puzzles anymore. With one more row, it's you have to cut out. You can solve one puzzle, right? I solved the puzzle, one defined area with 2 stars in it, and then you can solve the other puzzle, separate black from white, right? You can do 2 puzzles individually. With this one, you have to do them both together. Like you can't. This is one puzzle, whereas this is 2 puzzles mushed together, right? If that makes sense, because that's how I'm seeing it. Now you'd say why? See, I feel like it's trying to trick me here because that's literally the exact same answer. The only difference is that these are black instead of orange, and I think what it's trying to do there is teach me that it doesn't really matter what color the stars are. You just have to have 2 in each defined area. Well, that breaks all of my assumptions. There's never been a puzzle with literally 1 star before. I mean, you say that jokingly, Herringzord, but there was one part of this island where it was symmetrical, so like there were 2 start points, and if I went left, the other start point drew automatically to the right, So you had to draw the puzzle, like you had to do like, it was drawing the mirror image on the other side of the puzzle, so you couldn't run into your own line. And then at one point, the other line became invisible. So it was mirroring it for you while the second line was not viewable, which was really nightmarish. Yep. I've done like 20 puzzles with this mechanic, if not more. And I apparently don't understand how it works. Because there's never been just one before. I mean, okay, so let's see when stuff is wrong. Is there any like solution? It doesn't matter. Like, I'm completely ignoring the black and white squares right now. What I'm trying to do is figure out what makes the black square happy, or the black star happy. Aha! Black star was happy there. Now this isn't. Oh, that's not happy because it's not cut off from the white ones. So if there's an odd number of stars, are they wild cards with anything that's the same color? No, my copy of the game is definitely legal. I just bought it on Steam. Oh, I still haven't finished this one. No. Although there's some really fun anti-piracy mechanics that people have put into games. I really like the Game Dev Tycoon one, where if you pirate the game, you can just play it as normal, but about like halfway through the game, you just can't make any money anymore because people are pirating all the games you develop. And it's really funny. It looks like that. Like, so, okay, here's a question. So stars have to be in pairs, but can they be in pairs with something that's not their own color? No. Okay, so a star has to be in a pair with something of its own color. Oops. I have to cut off the white one. How do I cut off the white one and the green one? From the purple one, whilst also having the purple one be in a pair, right? Like this, but now the white and green aren't separated. Now the purple, now the stars aren't together. Okay, so there's exactly how many ways are there to separate the white and green one? One, right? I either have to go this way or I have to go this way, and those are the only ways I can separate the white and green. So that separates those, and that separates those. But now I have to separate the star from the white one while not separating it from the purple, which doesn't make sense to me. Like this? There we go. We just needed 3 defined areas. Okay, so this is where it also gets different. So I need to make... Does this work? No. Okay, so... If there are an even number of stars, they have to be together. I still don't understand exactly how the star mechanic works. Right? So, like, you'd think that... So you'd think that, like, the same solution should work here. Well, I mean, you can't draw them that way. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's almost as if there are 2 stars of the same color. They sort of negate, right? So if you just imagine that those 2 stars aren't there, then the puzzle works fine, right? Because I've got 3 separate areas for the 3 separate colors. So you can, like, I would think that I can, if I need to put the, I need to separate the purple from the green. Well, it doesn't really work that well, because if you then go back to like these, the one that only had 1 star, it's not ignoring other colors here. Tagere was a puzzle platform, or there was a puzzle platformer called Pugsy that put you on a demo version if the anti-piracy was triggered. A game for Mega Drive. It can actually still cause issues with emulators. Can certain VRAM methods contribute. That's really funny. Allow me to pour myself a new beer. This is called Over the Top. It is a cranberry sour ale. The one that I was just drinking was called Puck Off. And it is a lagered ale, meaning it tastes like a generic beer that you would just buy in like a 24 pack of something. But like pretty good. But just like its flavor is beer. This flavor is cranberry and sour and tastes like candy. Okay. Moving on. So the star needs, so the green ones are happy here, right? Because the green ones are together. Now the star is not happy because it needs to be with its friend of some variety. But there isn't a way to separate this green and this purple one while keeping the star in there, is there? Right, so the purple is happy and the green is happy because they're separate, but the star is not happy. There's got to be a way to separate those, and it's got to be something like this. Yeah, there we go. Well, of course there's a way, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do the puzzle. It's just me thinking out loud briefly. Okay, so here's an interesting experiment, I guess, right? So let's, is the bottom right star happy right now? It is. So the fact that there are 2 stars doesn't matter. It just has to be with one other thing of its own color. Right? If I do this, the star is not happy. So the star has to be with exactly one thing of its own color. I mean, this is the timed door, so this is a way to get there. This still seems like a very long path. I don't know if I can make that in time, so presumably there's got to be a shorter way to get there, because this is really fucking long. I mean, we still have to solve that other puzzle to finish it, but we can try. You say that like I'm not consistently holding shift down this entire game. Might as well have the button taped down. Oh, I can actually get onto this platform from here, so I didn't need to solve that last one. Oops. Oh, hello. Okay, so we have to do it like this. Yeah. Right, so the star is happy. Like, so the squares don't interact with the stars, but the stars interact with the squares. All right, and sleep well, Herringzard. Thanks for the hanging out, and thanks for the wishes of good luck. The stars don't really care about other squares. They just want one thing of their own color in there. And they don't really care very much about the fact that it's actually a square. It's just one thing, my color, check, I'm happy. And then the colored squares are like, are there any other colored squares that aren't my own color? Because colored squares are racist, apparently. If I solved this one going right, what does that do for me? Oh god, if I bet you I can solve this one going right and that one going left and have them meet up in the center so that I can reach to this thing. Oh, thanks Herringzard. Appreciate it. Unnecessary, but I appreciate it. Okay, well, just to satisfy my curiosity, let's see how far off I am on this. I imagine very far. But we're gonna, I just want to, I need to satisfy my curiosity here and see how close this is. Run! Yeah, not far enough. So I guess what is going to need to happen here is that we have to turn this guy to the right and we have to turn that one to the left and we should be able to meet up. So let's just continue to solve these for now. Separate the white from the black squares. Yeah. 2 stars. Stars don't care about black squares. Stars don't care about white squares. The white squares do care about the black squares though, so we're gonna have to go... no. No. Oh, that's frustrating. So the stars aren't with exactly one of their own kind right now, of their own color. Which is the annoying bit. Oh dear. Oh, you excited about the playoffs or the Stanley Cup starting this week, T-Self? I know you follow hockey a little bit. I'm just thinking about it all of a sudden. Why is... oh, because now there's a star there. I see. This is wrong because the stars don't like being with more than one thing of their own color. So I feel like I need to... I feel like these two at the start are a trap. And I need to separate them. There we go. I was right. And then this is the exact same puzzle, except there's an additional white square up there. Right, so now I can't solve it that way, because the black one will not be with exactly one of its own kind, but now this black square is going to be unhappy. So I'm going to have to do something like this. There we go. That was meant to be the start of that puzzle. Like, I have to do something like this, and I was going to iterate on it from there. But instead, it was just the solution. Okay, so the stars don't care about the black squares. That is not going to work. That should work. No, that doesn't work. So I have to like completely separate this white square from like everything. Because otherwise these stars are going to be unhappy that they are with something of their own kind. That's not going to work. That's not going to work either. That should work. There we go. We finished a section. Excellent. Where does it take us? Oh, it takes us to a panel that I haven't quite managed to figure out. As far as I could, these are like weird hidden panels that don't seem to do anything, but they probably just count towards total puzzle completion. They all have an arrow on them, which just seems to mean go in that direction. I don't exactly know what it means, because I've only seen a few. But like theoretically, if there wasn't a break here, right, this doesn't work. I think it means like every line that is touching the square has to be moving straight. Or in the direction of that arrow, I think is what that means. Oh, here's the laser box. Okay, so presumably the timed thing is for the laser box. Okay, so let's get this pointed off in the other direction. So that's not going to work because that star will be unhappy. That doesn't work because now the green is unhappy. Is pointing this off to the left? Oh, there's something over there. I should try both ways, I guess, shouldn't I? Although I don't know if this would reach very far. Because my thought is, if I turn this one to the right and I turn the one that's over there to the left, they'll meet in the middle, and maybe I can use some magic to get from the time square to this thing by solving both of those. So first step, and I'm also done with this. There's nothing else over here that is interesting. Everything over here is finished. Actually, we should probably have like a quick look to make sure there's nothing that looks environment-y from up here, because we have like a high vantage point, which is very often a reasonable thing to get environment puzzles for. But I don't see anything, so I think I'm okay with ignoring the top of this for now. So I need to try to find a way to get this, where to go? This one to go to the right. So that won't work. The purple ones also don't care about the green. It's only the... Right, so I'd like that to work, but it's not going to because the stars are wrong. How do I cut off these purple from these green whilst also not cutting the stars off from each other? Could do this, but now I have to cut off the green one, which doesn't work. If I do this, the star is not happy. There's no other star points. So like something like this is going to cut off the greens from the purple, which is great, but now the stars are unhappy. We can't do that. If I could cut off these bottom ones from the top ones. No, because it has to be exactly one. So I can't like do this. No, the top doesn't work. Why does this feel so much harder than it probably actually is? Oh, it feels so close. But that's not going to work now. That one is just slightly wrong. So we do that. But try doing that, but like sort of, no, I need to, because I need to finish on the right, so I can't go this way. Oops, come back. No, come back. There we go. So I cut that off. I can go down. Not that that really matters. So those purple ones are totally irrelevant now. Something like this would... But leave the top one. Yeah, but now the green doesn't work. What if I like try to completely separate the green ones? That's very close. But now the sun isn't happy. But like, so this is what I was, or something like that was what I was doing. Well, this obviously doesn't work anyway, because, and that's not gonna solve the star. Like, so the only way to get that star working, I could just try to keep the stars together. No, that's not gonna work. Stars don't care about green. Purple cares about green though. Ugh! How do I cut off all of this? Why is this so frustrating? I can't cut all the green off from all of the purple. Like, it's just not a thing. I could solve the top. So how do I do that while also doing it at the right side? I would imagine you could like, I just want to rotate it, but that doesn't seem to work. Like, I mean, I just want to like physically rotate the solution, but that's not going to work. But now that doesn't work because the star is unhappy. Now the purple is unhappy. Because I need to go like this to completely cut off the purple. But I can't now. Ugh. Do I use... Oh, maybe I use... Like, I want to use this one now, maybe? But that doesn't work. Because, like, I just can't cut that off and exit this way. Unless it's, like, the final thing I do. Which is not going to work. Now those don't all... None of those work now. I can't drive through here. But does that work? No. Do I completely cut them off from each other like this? Oh, the stars aren't going to be good. And if I leave the star, the purple isn't cut off from the green. This one is going to drive me crazy. Why am I having such a hard time with this one? Getting tired, I guess. And that's not gonna work because now the green doesn't cut off. That doesn't work because the green doesn't cut off. I feel like I need to go try something else. That's the way up to the color or the timer switch. Feels like there should be a puzzle, but I do not see one. Oh, the other options were Tetris pieces and this nonsense, though, that I also didn't like. Bug. So I wanted to try to connect these things together, I think, to get the laser. That looks like it is likely a... Well, we'll go there eventually, because of course we will. We always do. But the laser seems to be the goal here, so... Okay, so we need to get exactly 2 in each area. Exactly 2 of their own color in each area. No. So there's 6, so we're gonna need to have 3 areas. What did I do wrong there? Oh, there's 3 in that area. 2. 2, 2. No, they're all wrong though. So I think I need to split these somehow. So, right, I'm not making that. I discussed how I needed to make 3 areas, and I'm just not making 3 areas. But that ruins the star over here. Why does that not work? So we have 2. 2. No, that's 4 purple. That's not cutting it off. So how can I actually cut off this middle area? Because that's not cutting those off, while still not cutting this off. Right? Because now the stars are wrong, or the orange stars are wrong. I feel like this is close. But now the 4 purple ones are wrong. So I need 3 fully cut off areas for the purple ones. And I keep saying that, but I keep not actually doing it. And I don't, but I'm having a hard time seeing how I can actually get 3 cut off ones. Without... Because now I can't cross this part, which is the annoying bit. Right, so this isn't working, obviously, because the 4 purple stars in the middle. But I can't cut them off. I feel like I need to go more horizontally to do that. There we go. Horizontal was the answer. Oh god. These look so bad. I'm starting to get pretty tired. I don't know how much more of this I can do reasonably. I have literally been streaming for 4 hours. Well, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Or 3 hours and 40 minutes, showing you that it's starting to take a toll on me. I really want to make good progress in this area. Well, I finished the Tetris, and I feel like I've made good progress here. Just not done it yet. Keep going for like 20 more minutes at least, and see. Why is that wrong? Oh, almost wrong. Almost right. Not quite either. Like this. There we go. We're making progress. I feel like it, like the next puzzle, or like 2 from now, there's going to be one that points left. Though it's amazing how for that one over there, going like just switching the exit point to the right makes it so much more hard. And I don't understand why that makes it so much more hard. But it does. Okay, so purple, and then we can cut off almost. The orange stars are not right now. So we need to do 3 we need to do 3 sets of the orange again. So that like kind of gets one for free. No, but now we have, so I think we need to cut them off the sideways. But now the purple one doesn't work. There we go. Do the stars care? Is this also precisely 3 separate areas, or do the stars care about other colors? But like if I went like this, these are obviously wrong. But the point is, if I go like this, are the orange stars wrong? No. So... So this is what I'm asking, right? The purple stars are in exactly one of their own color. The orange are in exactly one of their own color. Is that going to make them angry because there's other colors in there? No. Okay. So the colors only only matter for each other, right? So that's fine. Two. I have another 4. I think we're gonna need to cut them off like that, because otherwise we won't be able to fit them in here. Like this? No. No. We're almost there. Getting close. So how do I cut these off? And cut those off like that, basically, but then I can't cut this off. And I can't cut them off horizontally. Then I don't have a way of cutting them off vertically. So it's gonna have to be like this. But we also have to cut out the purple ones. But this is now wrong because the orange ones won't be happy. There we go. We haven't gotten our left turn piece yet. Would have expected a left turn. At least this one isn't that hard to solve for left or right, so we can adjust. Okay, so we're going to need to cut those. And I think they need to be cut like this. No. Two. No. Two. Oh, and that just ends there. Okay. So that was the last one here, which is infinitely annoying, because this is how I assumed I was going to get to that little timed portion. But I guess I was wrong. Well, we did finish this section at least, so let's see where it takes us the other way. Oh, there is a section here. I didn't see that. This takes us... Well, while we're here, we might as well do this. Okay, so we get to this island. And this seems to have some form of puzzle. There's only one solution. That seems to have activated a cable, and it looks like it's telling me there should be another solution, but I do not see what that could possibly be. I guess it would be if we had all 4 of them in one. There we go. That opens a... Oh, there's another monolith. This just seems like a shortcut of some variety. This takes us to a bunch of nowhere. Got it. Whole bunch of nothing. That's cool. This way. Also nothing. Okay. I saw you, circle shape on the ground. But we need to be in a direction where we can see the whole puzzle at once. How do we line that up? How is it possible to be in a place where there are no sticks? No way. Oh, the answer is probably up. No, it doesn't let me select it from here. Just want to do the puzzle. I don't think there's a way to... Oh, up there? I guess in the treehouse probably. It's the way to do that maybe. I don't think you can do it from here. That looks like another one. Environmental puzzle. Here's the swamp again. Yeah, so this just seems to be a back door into the treehouse area. Although I may have just gotten lost. That's an area that I haven't done yet. That's the maze area. There's one of the environmental puzzles we just did, now lit up on the monolith. But there's like, look how many there are. Lots. So what was the benefit of doing the other method of this puzzle? Does it just close the door? I guess it does, so we might as well just keep the door open. There's no reason not to. Okay, so now we can solve this the other way. So when we solve this the other way... Oops. That takes us here, which will allow us to press the switch. So now we just need to get the other one going this way. This feels like a bonus, I guess, so we'll come back to that later. I'd really like to get this laser done before I stop, and I think we're really close. Just need to get one more set here of this one. We just have to get this to go to the right. And I'm having such a hard time with that. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. This is not now, because we're not cutting that off. And I can't do this, because then the star won't be happy, because it will not be in its own area. Or it won't have a friend. Because you can do this, right? That cuts them off. Oh, the star, but the star, fuck. I'm trying to say this, so the stars don't care about green. So if I leave the stars, like if I leave the stars in the green, it's not gonna matter. And I can try to get, so I can try to get the purple and the two stars together. Yes! Yes! I needed to remember that the stars don't care about the green. Oh, that felt so good. Now we're in here. Give me that laser, bitch! I never have to go that way again. This is just a shortcut. So if I do this again to rotate it forward, I can go upstairs and see what it looks like. I know. It was so when I got to like here when the door was closed, right? Like it wasn't so short. Oh, I can go here. Oh right, that's because there was this puzzle down there, right? There was the environmental one that I saw. Where was that? It was there. But I can't line this up still. I tried, but I didn't see a way to do that. Yeah, if it was just like tick, tick, tick done, you'd be like, oh, there's obviously a way to make it shorter. But it gives you long enough that you actually waste your time trying, which is kind of fun. I do enjoy that. Okay, I'm very aware that there's an environmental puzzle there. I saw it. I just don't know how to be on the right angle to actually do something about that. Because the little sticks are in the way and I couldn't line it up. It's gonna be like over here or something. No. I don't want to waste too much time trying to do that. Just want to see if it's easy somewhere. I suppose we could, although I've just ruined my path there. Wait, what was that? Oh, that's the one that I didn't solve that way. But I did want to go check. We could go left. Straight wasn't good enough, but I can go left on this one, I suppose, which actually should do it, right? So I need to remember that the stars don't care about the green is how I solved this before. Convenient. I feel like this should do more for me. There it is. Environmental puzzles, baby. There's also one on this wall that we got. I don't think they do anything, frankly. They're probably just like a completionist. Like, this game has 2 achievements. My guess is finish the game, get every puzzle, are like the 2 achievements. That's what my intuition says. And given that I have many other games that I'd like to get to at some point, I doubt find literally every environmental puzzle is on my checklist. But I will try to get them when I see them, because it's fun. But I don't imagine myself committing the time to getting literally every puzzle. Well, we still have this area. Oh, that has, what am I doing? That has to be sideways, not forward. Doy. So that's the problem there. If I put them in the same area, it could be 3 wide and 3. It could be 3 wide and 2 high, which is not wide enough to reach. So I'm pretty sure they have to be in separate areas. So we can solve that. Right. Yeah. Wait. Oh no, this has to be side. I just talked about how this one had to be sideways, and I've been making this one not sideways for some reason. Like some sort of idiot. So this would need to be 3 like that. Except I also need to contain the stars. How do I do that? This needs to be like shaped like this, but I don't see how I can cut that off. There's only one way that can fit. Alright, this area has to have these 2 squares in it. I'm not going to do all the environmental puzzles. So, like, it's just not a thing that I'm going to do. So, don't worry about... Knowing that there is or isn't a reward for all of them is not really something that I care about. Because I'm not going to look for them all, frankly. It's fun, but... One day I'll fix that. I don't know what it is, but like quite literally every 2 hours my OBS just crashes. So... Oh, now it's not showing... Come on. Why are you not showing the game? Show game. There we go. Okay. So there's exactly one way in which this can fit. Right? It has to contain... I don't understand this. Because I can't rotate them. So it has to be... I need to make an area that contains this piece and is exactly 2 wide. That's not... Like, the only way to do that is like... Oh, I can do it like... That's the only way that that works. That is the only way to fit that in there. There is no other way in which to fit that piece there. I could do this, because I could have the 2 and the 3 on top of each other, but now the stars don't work. And if I go up here, I feel like I need to have the 2 and the 3 on top of each other somehow. But like, this doesn't work. Like, so I can have the 2 and the 3 on top of each other like that, but the stars don't work this way. Why? And I can't contain this star like this because now the puzzle pieces don't work, or the Tetris pieces don't work. I can have. Wait, no. Am I being silly again? In that I can have, if I make this one 2, because I can, if I could make a shape that's like this. I can make it, well, the other way around, I guess. No, not like that. Because it could be 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Like that. There we go. I'm doing the thing that I did with the Tetris pieces where I assumed that the one that was on bottom had to be on bottom, but I don't have to. I can combine them. But I just rotate it. Oh, these Tetris pieces and the stars are literally going to be the end of me. Okay. 3, that works, but it doesn't cut off. Like 3, that works. Okay, good. Right? So now if I can, well, no, but that's not going to work because now I can't cut off. If I could cut off the piece, which I can't do like this. There we go. Try to make like a defined area for the star. Okay, so this is a 4 wide one, so it's gonna have to do this, right? I'm gonna have to draw it all the way across at some point, which means that I have to. I'm gonna have to stack it with this, or they will not fit, or I cannot get the star to go with it. So if I go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe, but then this is not going to cut off. So I go 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to go over 1, and then there's like the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd have to. I could do the shape something like this. Maybe I need to go bottom ways first, so it goes. And then like this? Nope, because now I can't get the star in there. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 along the bottom, wide, and then on top of that, go. So there's like this option. No, because that's not containing the long boy. So if I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, I'm going to need to go. Well, I want to do that, but that doesn't fit. It doesn't get them. This is 4 along the bottom, and then I'm trying to rotate the L shape in a way that fits, and I can't. So I could go like this, but that's going to cut off the star from each other. So I'm trying to stack the L on top of this in a way that allows me to not cut off the stars, but that doesn't work. Okay, so what if I just left it basically as is? Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I can't. There's only one way to. There's only one way. If I put the 4 on the bottom, the only way to make that work is by putting this one on top of it somehow, right? So if I had 4 on the bottom, and then but that, and then this one like sideways, like that, then you could do like this shape and still not worry about the star on the bottom. However, that doesn't get this piece, and it also doesn't get the star on the top. But if you don't so now my thoughts are, if I go 2, so I could go like 2, well, I have to go over 3 to get this piece, so I have to do this, and then I can't cut this off because then the star can't get there. So this, if I imagine maybe the long boy on top of that would look like this, right? So that's how that shape would look, but that obviously doesn't work. If I imagined this in the corner first, so I could go like this. So to finish that shape, I'd have to go like this, but the shape is now not contained, so it doesn't work. Basically, I need to find a way to put these two shapes together in some pattern that doesn't actually separate the grid in half. Is what I think I'm trying to get at here. And it can't be just this rotated up, because I can't go to the left off the grid, obviously. And if I just put it rotated L, it goes like so. This could like, I'd like this to work, but it doesn't. I'm thinking, okay, so I'm thinking about putting them on this side. What if I just try to separate them off on this side on their own? So, but the 4 is going to, this 4 causes such a problem because it just cuts the grid in half by drawing 4 anywhere. Which is such an issue. So what happens if I put the shape on this side? Okay, that's what the shape looks like, this. And then if I can imagine a 4 piece on top of that, it would be like this. But now I can't get through. Stars are removed from each other. One is not. The Tetris pieces get to me so much. The easiest way I found of solving them is Google sheeting and then like pulling up a grid and like rotating the pieces around and manipulating them, like in a Google sheet, so I can see what it looks like without having to imagine it. But could do that. What? So is there any way that I can fit this shape in on its own without cutting the stars off? Right, so I can fit that shape in on its own. That's fine. No, that's not fitting it in because I'm not containing it. That works. So I'm containing the shape there. And then if I... So this contains the shape and doesn't separate the stars, which is nice, but then this doesn't work. And I cannot imagine a way in which that works. Right, like, so this is a shape that would go 1, 2, 3, 1, or sorry, so go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like that is something that works for the pieces, but that doesn't work for the stars. This one is muddling me pretty seriously. Oh boy. Oh, hang on, I've got a message. Probably check that. Okay. Oh, nothing important. God. I mean, I don't see a way in which I can get the stars and the pieces to fit in the same way. Like, isolate the stars using the walls. Like, sure, like something like that. I can separate the stars and have them in their own piece, but I don't know how I can also do that while fitting the pieces in, because this 4 is such a problem because it just cuts off completely. In order to get that 4 in, I need to separate them. I mean, like, I can do that? But the stars can't be on their own. They have to have a thing of their own color in there. Like, so that bottom star is not going to be happy. That star is not acceptable. Because the stars need to be in a square with their own friends. Right? Like, they have to have their own color inside their own region. So if you just isolate the star like this, it doesn't work. Because you have to have a star, you have to have exactly one other object of the same color in the region that the star is in. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So like that works for the pieces. Now the stars don't work, and also the piece isn't contained. That just doesn't work for anything. I need to look at this from a different angle or something. I've tried. So if this one is along the top, I could like, okay, so I think if I need to like, yeah, but that's a spoiler that doesn't work. So that's, So I've been trying like up, down. Maybe if I try like right, left. So can I like separate the stars onto one side? Like that's the shape, but now the star won't work. I've been trying to do like up, down. What if I like... There's got to be a way to like left right it somehow so that I end up doing this with that like top piece. So 1, 2, 3, and then if we go up 1, right? So that's that bottom shape. Now if we put that top shape on it, it goes like this. But now we can't get up. So if I drew it the other way though, I would go up like this. Yeah, but I also, even if I drew it the other way, that doesn't separate this, that doesn't solve the star problem. I need to get over 3. Or I guess technically over 2. So that is that shape. And now if I could contain that shape like that. Now the Tetris pieces are still okay, but the stars are still wrong. That shape is now... The stars are right, that shape is right, but that shape is wrong. And the only way of fixing that is like something like that. Like that. And that doesn't work either. I need to refocus. I really want to stop. I said I would stream for 20 more minutes, and it's been 40 minutes. But I want to finish this area so bad. I mean, I got the laser, which is what matters. Ooh, I should just stop, honestly. But I really want to get this. How do I... I've got to be missing something super obvious here. I need to think about it in a different way. What ways can I get the stars together, right? I can get the stars together by just going around the outside, obviously. I can cut... So there's one way... So... I can't separate the stars because you're not allowed to, right? The puzzle doesn't work. So I have to keep the stars together. I can separate the puzzle pieces. So should this be about trying to get... So there's two ways. Either it all has to be the star and the both puzzle pieces have to be in the same section. The puzzle pieces have to be in a section and the stars have to be in another section. Or one puzzle piece goes with both stars. Those are the 3 options. One puzzle piece cannot go with both stars because one puzzle piece cannot reach both stars. So that is not an option. So our options are both puzzle pieces together and both stars. And that's what I've been trying and it's not working. The other one is one puzzle piece, or is both. I could try to get both puzzle pieces and no stars. Alright, so if are rotated, but the both puzzle pieces and no stars makes separate, like, getting this piece involved somehow really difficult, because it kind of cuts off it, like it's gonna cut it off by definition. It's a 4 long one. And then I can't reach the star. I really want it to be something like you know, we get the puzzle piece. And I can't reach both stars. You can't reach both stars with the 2 puzzle pieces unless you go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. But if you do that, then you don't reach the puzzle piece. Like if this puzzle piece was here, the solution would be like this. But that puzzle piece is not there, so that doesn't work. Yeah, I've got 5. I'm going to give myself 5 more minutes on this, and if I don't get it, I am going to end the stream, because I think the only way that I'm really going to be able to get this is if I rest my brain and come back and look at it in a different way, because I'm stuck thinking about the same process over and over here. If I do get it in the next 5 minutes, I'll continue for a bit. But if I don't, I think the only way I'm going to solve this is to go do something else for a bit, and let it, my brain work on it while I'm thinking about other things. Okay. There's no way to do that. Yeah, that's exactly what might need to happen here. Right, and if how do I get this piece involved? What if I could, and I can't just isolate it because it's not going to work. Right, so like obviously this is the wrong shape, but I'm trying to think of something like this, where I can get the 4 long piece, and then the other one on top of it in a way that doesn't separate the grid. But no matter what I do, that does separate the grid. Right, or I can't get the pieces in it. Trying to isolate the blank surplus squares. Like, I mean, I can do stuff like this, but that doesn't really help. Right? My biggest problem right now is that these stars are on opposite sides of these puzzles. So I need to connect these 2 pieces while not separating these 2 pieces. I mean, I can do something like this, but that doesn't really do anything. Right? Like, here is, I get those 4. But that doesn't work. Right, like, so that's a shape that works, but now the stars doesn't work. Like, I can't, if either star or the puzzle pieces were moved a little bit, I'd be able to do this. Oh, although that's also not right. That shape is like there's a shape with both pieces in it, but it does not contain the star. Right shape on the right, stars are separated, but now the piece on the left isn't good. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to. I need to take a break from this. I think for a while. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and not accomplish anything. Although all this seems to lead to is a bonus tile that I don't really need to do, but I want to do it because I want to get the pieces in this area. Damn it! We gotta get the laser. So if I'm reading the boat map correctly, that leaves 2 areas that I haven't done yet. There's one that is shaped like a triangle, like a 3-pointed star that I haven't done yet. And there's one near the starting area that just looks like a path. I don't know what that means. It's just like a normal maze path that I haven't done yet either. So if I'm counting correctly, I think there's 2 more areas I need to do before we finish. So we're two or 3 more streams, I guess, and then maybe we move on to the next game. We're gonna finish it, obviously, and it also depends on how long the whatever comes after getting all the lasers takes, because who knows, there could be like 10 times as much game in that mountain as there is outside of it, but I imagine it's just like one sort of big area. Oh, there's also the town that I haven't finished. But yeah, we're gonna take a break for now. So we'll stop streaming. I've been streaming for a while, so I think it's probably good anyway. It's like 5 hours. Or 4.5 hours. So thanks everybody very much for hanging out. I'm in Steak Mittens. If you want to see more, feel free to hit that like follow button and stuff. I'm gonna aim to play through a bunch of different puzzle games, or like deduction games at least, over the next little while, in between like Blood Bowl things and other stuff like that. My next likely stream is either Thursday or Friday, or the weekend. The earliest will be Thursday or Friday. I'm unsure. Earliest I can guarantee is Friday. So sometime after 8 p.m. UTC on Friday when I'm done work, I will probably stream for a little bit, depending on how work made me feel. I am a professional data scientist, so my job is also thinking about puzzles. So sometimes after work, if it's been a particularly long day, I am a Canadian. How did you know? So I also think about puzzles at work generally, so sometimes I'm just my brain is very tired after work, and it's hard to get in the right mood for puzzle things. When I'm done work only exists in Canada? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. What do you mean, like when I'm off work? Is that what Americans would say? But yes, I am in Canada. I'm on the east coast of Canada, in the Maritime provinces. I lost my train of thought. Right, I have commitments Tuesday and Wednesday. I might have a commitment Thursday. I'm unsure when I'm done with work. Oh, okay. Fair enough. And I might have one Thursday. I'm unsure. So the next guaranteed stream is Friday, and I'll definitely do one sometime over the weekend, especially since I have a long weekend. My traditional long weekend has been like 8-hour streams on the day that I have off, just trying to get as much puzzle game as done as I can. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know what plans are, but I will try to do those. My next actual stream will be Wednesday, which is the final Blood Bowl recap thing, which is a totally separate thing to these puzzles. So if you're here for puzzles, then do not show up for that, because it's not going to be anything to do with puzzles. But yeah, I don't have a defined schedule because this is just something I mostly do for fun. I like to hang out with people while doing it. It's not like I'm a professional streamer or anything. So if you want to guarantee you can see me next time, you know, notifications / follows, blah 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 blah. You know the drill if you've been on Twitch. But thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm in Steak Mittens. I will see you next time, and until then, have a good evening. Stay safe.